Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 5th. We're just going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we are going to take a look at your current general energies in this first row. You have the series card, and it says Nurture on it, and you have the Strength card as well. So the Strength card can actually represent nurturing yourself because normally this lion that is on the Strength card its tail is between its legs on a traditional Strength card. And it kind of represents the fact that her inner critic, her inner voice, is submitting to her. She is the one that is in control of it. So she's kind of nurturing herself in a certain way. So I do feel like some of you could be doing that at this time, Virgo, where you're taking care of yourself more. Kind of gives me kind of like Empress vibes, right? I wouldn't really call it Empress vibes. I would call it more just nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself vibes. I would also take care of the things that kind of matter to you. You have that Justice card, came up in reverse, but number one, I don't read reversals. Number two, this entire deck dropped a while ago, so that's why there are some reversals in it, because I just haven't fixed it. But what I would say is, I feel like you need to nurture something into existence that you want. Justice is like cause and effect. If I put energy into something, if I nurture something, a business, a relationship, whatever, what do I get back? And, the Strength card is about a daily practice. So I would say that if there's anything you care about at all, Virgo, doesn't matter what it is, I would, do something daily to nurture it, whatever that is. Could just be expressing gratitude for it. Could just be, whatever. I don't know. I don't have any good examples, but I would do it because I feel it's going to lead to success. You have the Six of Wands here. Six of Wands is a card of growth, success, abundance, good things coming in for you. It's a card of winning as well. Really, it's a card of excellence. And, I feel also that is popping into my head, the word excellence. I feel like there are some things that you do excellently, and I would keep doing those things. Could be like hobbies or businesses, whatever it is you're working on. I would keep putting work into those things because I feel like you're about to get a lot of attention. You have the Emperor here. You also have the King of Wands showing up in this reading. And it's really saying to me that you're about to gain confidence. That's really how I'm seeing this reading. I feel, and again, that's why I said I was kind of getting Empress vibes, even though you have the Emperor, which is close enough. But it's kind of giving me this energy of really gaining a lot of confidence for something that you do. Whatever it is, could be in business, could be in art, in work, although I just said art, so it could be art, because that just slipped out. So, whatever it is, I feel that there's something that you do really, really well, and you're about to get a lot of attention because of it. Let's see. With the Strength card, you have the Emperor. There's some sort of risk that you have to take. Even your next card, which is going to be in the area of what you don't see coming, you have this Taking Risks card, and so I feel there are some risks that you have to take. I would say that the biggest risk right now is exposure. I say this all the time, Virgo, that to me, we're entering into this time of Aquarius. Pluto will be entering into Aquarius next year. It's going to retrograde out, but, it's going to stay close to the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. Then in 2024, it's officially going to move into Aquarius. So, Aquarius energy is needing the risk of exposure, the risk of putting your ideas into the world and being proven wrong, right? And that's the risk I think you need to take. There could also be an Aries coming in for you if you want love. With the Six of Wands, you have the High Priestess. I definitely feel you have to trust your intuition. A lot of mysteries going on right now. It's very interesting that pretty much everyone has either had the High Priestess or the Moon. And, some people would say that's Pisces. Of course it could be, but really, I'm wondering if nobody has a clue what they're doing. And that is not a criticism, Virgo. I think it's a good thing, right? It's I think none of us have a clue what we're doing. I feel like none of us have a clue what direction we're necessarily moving in. And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly okay. I think all you have to do is trust your intuition. And I would also get excited about mysteries with the High Priestess. She kind of has that tapestry behind her, and who knows what's behind there. So if there's anything about your business or work. I'm mostly getting this for business or work. If there's something that kind of captures your attention, I would look into it, whatever it is. With the Emperor, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of marriage. I would definitely say if you're meeting an Aries, could be a person that you marry in the future. But again, could be any sign, general reading. I also feel that this is talking about learning, but I really feel that you're graduating. I feel like you've had a lot of life lessons over the past few years at least, and now you're kind of graduating to the next level. I feel like you're about to really kind of transform your life. You have the Temperance card right next to it. Things are balancing out. Next, in the area of what you don't see coming, you have this Taking Risks card. This kind of tells me that you are going to take a risk. For some of you, I feel like a little bit of pressure here. Like if you have a friend as well, like if you have a fire sign friend, a friend that's an Aries or something, I'm also getting Libra here as well, or it could be a Pisces friend as well. You could have a friend that's kind of like pressuring you to do something. I would do it, though, is what I would say. Normally, I would tell people that you shouldn't fall victim to peer pressure, but I feel like this is good peer pressure. So, this week especially, if you have like a friend who supports you, who really wants to see you do well, who's trying to get you to do something, like go out, show off your skills, start a YouTube channel, start a business, whatever, I feel like it would be a good time to listen to that person. I would take the risk. You have the King of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Temperance card. King of Wands about being bold, being assertive, and you can see he's right here next to the Knight of Pentacles. It's like really saying to me, you need to get moving on something. King of Wands, he is like ready for action. He is ready to make things happen. He is also kind of like the entrepreneur in the tarot. I consider him to be the true entrepreneur. That doesn't mean you have to start a business, by the way. What it means to me is that he really nurtures things into existence. You have that nurture card. I always say this with the King of Wands. To me, he's like maybe, he treats things like they're babies, so like literally it could be children, but it could also be a business, a job, a career. It could be a spiritual practice, a health practice as well. And he like really nurtures it. He really takes care of the things that he cares about. So that energy is coming up very heavily in your reading. It's definitely something I'd pay attention to. You also have the Nine of Cups. I do feel like there could be a wish kind of being granted. Something, it's almost like you're getting a wish or a gift from the universe. It's kind of interesting that at the end of the year here, pretty much every single person I've been reading for has been getting like some sort of wish or some sort of gift from the universe. And I think it's because, I don't know, this year sucked. So, right? That's probably just it. And so I feel like it could be like a very fulfilling gift coming in from the universe. But it's not like a gift. I think it's like an opportunity, or the opportunity to create a big transformation in your life with the Temperance card. You've definitely been working something, is what I'm getting here. The Temperance card is normally pouring water between two cups, but I feel like this is something that you've been working on for a long time. So if you've been like trying for a long time to get something to come together, whatever it is, doesn't matter. I feel like this is something coming together. The other interesting thing, you have the Temperance card, two cups, to the Five of Wands, to the Two of Cups. So it's almost as if you're getting the two cups is kind of how I'm seeing this. So it could be maybe you've been trying to turn your situation around so that you can have love. And I feel that this could be, love coming in for you, or it could be anything. With the King of Cups here, you have the Page of Cups. So definitely could be a love offer from, you have every single sign here. So I don't know, maybe you're just very attractive at this time, Virgo, and you could just be attracting, all sorts of people. So go for it. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Temperance card. Definitely, I feel like you've created this wish as well with the Nine of Cups. Again, you have the Temperance card. It's like you've really been, sometimes I see the Temperance card, let's put it this way. I see it as like trying to mold clay. It's like you've been really working something for a long time. You could be working yourself so that you can, attract the best partner in life. You could be working a business so that you can make more money or be more successful or whatever. But I really see this as this Temperance card. I see it as more of a process for you. I don't really see it as like, like an energy or something that you're trying to do. I feel like it is something that you are. You are transformation, is what I'm going to say there. With the Temperance card, you have the Six of Swords. Definitely improvements. Temperance definitely says that you can turn a negative into a positive or a positive into a negative. The Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores, moving towards bigger and better things. And that's exactly kind of like what I feel like you are doing at this time. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Message in a Bottle card. I literally feel that there is just a message coming towards you for some of you. You have the Knight of Pentacles. I'll show you. You have the Knight of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and the Five of Cups. I do feel that this could be from a person who is interested in you. Kind of weird, though. Five of Wands, Five of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, not enough movement here. So, I don't know, maybe you're being too cautious in a love situation. If you want love, obviously, if you don't, then, that's perfectly fine. But I feel like there's a message coming in. We're going to have to dig into this because, it's kind of showing up weird. Again, you have the Knight of Pentacles, which Knight of Pentacles, like no movement, being too cautious. I always say that on a traditional Knight of Pentacles, he has empty fields behind him, and he needs to start planting in those fields. He needs to put in the work to, make things grow. He needs to nurture something into existence. You do have the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands could tell me, like, you see how she has all these people in front of her? I feel like you have a lot of options, so that could make it hard to pick a person, obviously. But I'm wondering if, because you have the Five of Cups next, I'm thinking that if you have a person who's communicating with you, maybe everyone from your past has had a lot of options, and maybe that's caused problems. So I do feel that if you want love, I would try to either communicate with this person about their options, or I don't know, maybe they have a lot of options, but I feel like this person only wants you. That's like the difference here. They might have a lot of options, but they're not exercising those options. But maybe because of past competition, that's what you're worried about. You also have the Five of Cups, which is like disappointments. But again, Five of Cups to me says you need to turn around and be grateful for what you do have. There's normally two cups behind him, which leads to a bridge and a castle. And I always say you don't just get the two cups, you get the bridge and the castle as well. You get something that you truly want. I also feel like this could be saying it's like time for you to get moving because Five of Wands to me is like a card of, I call Indiana Jones sometimes. To me, it represents going on some sort of crazy adventure so that you can, get some treasure, get something that you truly want in life. So I feel like you need to get moving here, Virgo. Let's see. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Four of Swords. It's a card of resting, relaxing, recovering. It is a card of praying. Like if something is coming in for you, I feel it's something you've been asking for. So maybe you've been asking for someone to come in who's been loyal to you or who will be loyal to you. So I feel like you can trust this offer if this is an offer that is coming into your life. For others, it could be like maybe you've been hoping that, something can make you successful in like work or business. I feel like there's a lot of, it's weird because I see a lot of success here, but the Five of Wands and Five of Cups are really saying to me that you still feel there's something that needs to be changed. Again, we have a lot of temperance energy here as well. So the two temperance cards plus the two fives are saying to me that it's like there's an opportunity in front of you or there's something that you're working on. But the two fives are like saying that you still think that something needs to change or something needs to be different. Yeah, with the Five of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups. Everybody's been getting the Nine of Cups, and you have the Nine of Cups twice right next to each other. It's like a wish, dream come true, right? So I feel like you need to take the risk, or you could take the risk if you want. I also feel like, as I always say, that Nine of Cups is about bathing in an energy. It's about experiencing an energy of something before you have it. So I feel like some of you have manifested something in your life. I also feel, that you could be being careful. I don't think this is a bad thing, by the way. I feel like this is a good thing, that you're being more careful of like how you give energy out with that Nine of Cups. And again, that's probably a good thing. With the Five of Cups, you have the Four of Cups. Again, I really feel it's about needing to kind of heal from the past, needing to let go of past disappointments with the two fives and the Four of Cups. I want to like double clarify this. Can we get more details on this row for Cancer? You have the Fool. It's definitely time for you to take a leap of faith. You always get the Fool with me every single reading that I do. So I feel if there's an opportunity coming in for you right now, this opportunity is going to come in through a message. It doesn't matter if it's love, business, or otherwise, right? I feel like there's an opportunity coming in for you. It's like someone's communicating with you, or it could be a friend that's like kind of, nudging you in a direction. Let's put it that way. The Fool to me says take the leap of faith. With the Five of Wands and the Nine of Cups, you have the Five of Cups. Again, still fearing, maybe fearing the past or something along those lines. With the Five of Cups, Four of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles. It's time to plant seeds in a new direction. So I definitely feel it's time to move past a past disappointment. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this yes/no card. It says undecided, which we clearly see with these fives and the fours. It says dealings with fluctuating goals and or income. It's important to stay informed on the shifts that are occurring. Like sometimes, I want to pull another card, but it's like what I would say to you is it's like sometimes I think we don't want to be wrong, especially in work or business. And, it's like maybe we have something that can make us money, but we're not sure we want to do it for the rest of our life. I feel like it would be better for you to just do it because it's making you money and then, just see where things go. I feel like maybe being in more, I don't really know how to verbalize like what I want to say here, but it's like, I mean, even in my own life, there are so many things where if I just got started on them, I'd probably be like way farther ahead, like project ideas, things like that. And these are things that I probably missed out on in my life personally. And it's because I was always thinking like, oh, is this like, there has to be this like one thing that I do for the rest of my life. But I think I was thinking the wrong direction. I was thinking backwards when I used to think like that. The way we should be thinking is, hey, I can create whatever I want and I can make something what I want it to be. And really, I feel like you need to embrace this temperance energy of being able to turn something around, being able to turn it into something that you actually enjoy, right? You have the Two of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Justice card. I definitely feel love coming in for you here. You might be a little bit undecided. And again, don't force yourself. Like I always say to people, like, you don't have to be in a relationship. So, don't force yourself into anything that you truly don't want to be in. But I do feel intuitively that there could be a very strong, solid connection coming in for you. I mean, you have the King of Pentacles here as well, Virgo. King of Pentacles is like someone who wants something permanent, someone who wants to build something that lasts for a very long period of time. And maybe you just need to take it slow. Justice. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I do feel this is like a strong soul tie. The Two of Cups is like you and your higher self, but it's also a card of communication. There's normally the Staff of Hermes between these two people. I definitely feel there's like a message coming in for you. You have the King of Pentacles here. If you're building something financial as well, I feel it's something that's going to last a long time. I want to see what this card is. Here you go. You have this great fortune card, so there you go, Virgo. Definitely whatever you're working on is going to lead to great fortune and success. I'm wondering if it's like a little bit of like imposter syndrome. Like, I'm not good enough to be on YouTube, or I'm not good enough to start this business, or I'm not good enough to do whatever. So I really feel like you need to get out of your head. Something that is kind of like divinely guided is coming in for you. It's like you're meant to do it, whatever this is. And it feels like a risk. If you're like, what is it? Whatever feels like a risk to you is what I'm talking about here. Could be love, business, health, whatever. You have the Justice card, and again, I really feel, as far as love is concerned, that this is your answer. Justice is equal give and take, of course, but it kind of says, like, in love, if you're not sure if you want a connection, just put a little in, see where it goes. If they, the other person returns the energy, then keep going. If they don't, then don't. Plain and simple. I've been saying that justice is the answer to everything for like the next decade until like 2033. We should be following the rules of justice, which is, if I put energy in, do I get energy out? And people say, Chris, that's obvious. And I always say, yes, it is obvious. But guess what? As someone who wasted a lot of time in his own life, it's not that obvious. And I see a lot of people wasting their time as well. Here's the other problem. Is we have like Neptune and Pisces till 2025. Neptune and Pisces is a liar, and it could also be like one of those things. Neptune and Pisces has to do with like traditional beliefs or tradition. So there might be like certain things where it's like we know that a certain direction is working for us, but maybe our family is like, why are you doing that? And then we listen to our family and we do what doesn't work. So that's why I keep beating everyone over the head with the Justice card, because it's like we really need to kind of pay attention to this, because there's like too many things between now and 2033 that I feel like could totally get us sidetracked, could get us off track, could lead us in the wrong direction, right? So we need to pay attention to ourselves. We need to listen to ourselves. Don't listen to me, as I always say, right? Listen to yourself and listen to justice. What works for you? You're not like everybody else. Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition, but you can't compare yourself to anyone else. You are your own person. With the Two of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. Definitely true love coming in for you. It could be any sign. You literally have everything here, so it could be any sign. But again, I feel like the thing I would pay attention to is justice with this person, equal give and take. With the King of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups here. It's kind of crazy to me that in December, the December readings, everyone had the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. And I was saying, it kind of makes sense with the astrology that we could all be attracting this type of person. Doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to, but someone with deep emotions who expresses their emotions, but someone who's also stable and wants something long term. I feel that pretty much fits in with the astrology. Could be any gender, any sign, doesn't matter. But I feel those are like the traits that this type of person would have. And again, pretty much everyone has had that. And again, like I said, it makes perfect sense to me with Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus want something long term, permanent, but also want something of value. And so that's what makes sense with the King of Pentacles. Probably a very valuable person. With the Justice card, you have the Sun. Yes, the Justice card is the answer to the rest of your life, for sure. So I would be following those rules. I would also be moving towards your own happiness. Again, I kind of get something here at the end, Virgo, where it's really saying to me that there could be like people that, like family or people that are important to you that say like, oh, why would you do that? That's the wrong thing to be doing, whatever it is in your life. And, click, I would just turn that right off. And it doesn't mean you have to disrespect your family or anything like that. It just means that, prove it to them later. I always tell people, like, we are literally living in a time where I feel like the only thing we can do is let our results speak for themselves. That's the only thing we can do, right? We can't prove anything to anyone. We can't do any of that. So that's why I keep encouraging people to like really focus on the results right now that they're getting, but just focus on the results you want. Don't worry about what anyone else wants. We're going to pull 3 cards here, Virgo. So, pretty interesting reading. Let's see. I do feel some of you, by the way, could be making some, there's clearly like some big changes coming in your business. I'm not saying you're like completely changing your business, but there could be some big changes there. So let's see. I'm going to read these cards right now. So if you have a question, feel free to pause the reading right now. If you don't have a question, that's fine too. I'm going to put all 3 together at the end, kind of like a personalish reading. You have the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. I would definitely be careful of anyone who's in a third-party situation. So if you have some sort of, like, if you're in some sort of situationship, I would definitely be careful here. To me, this gives me the vibes of someone, it's like maybe you're in a third party, right? That happens. Sometimes we're with a person who's married, but maybe they're like separated or something. But I kind of feel that this person is just not going to do anything. If I'm being honest with you, if that message is for you, Virgo, if you're with a person who happens to be married, that's only for those of you that are in that situation. So if you're not in that situation, I kind of feel like this is asking you to try new things. 2 of Swords, there's normally a new island behind her. 7 of Swords is about tactics. It's about doing things differently. So Temperance is also, I would say like the 2 most important cards in your reading are Temperance and Justice. Temperance is about being able to turn something around through alchemy, through your own magical powers. But really, it's about just doing things differently. Like if you're banging your head against the wall, try something new. Try something different. I know I keep preaching this stuff, but literally I live it. Just look at my channel. Look, I mean, not to brag, look how quickly my channel has grown, right? It's because I literally do this stuff. And so, what I would say here is I would be trying new things, trying different things, because I feel it's going to lead to a lot of success. But this is a really good reading here, Virgo, so thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.